Hi, my name is Christian Rowe. I'm going to tell you my story. A few years ago, my three children, Cheyenne, Mallory, and Christian, were removed from their mother's home, and as well as mine. I was found to not be a fit father at the time, and I wasn't. I was deeply in active addiction, and I needed help. And this is how it started when my life changed. I knew I had to make a difference. I didn't want my kids growing up not knowing their dad. They were my motivation to really get my life straight. And it all couldn't have worked out better. In the beginning, my two youngest, Christian and Mallory, were placed in foster care with Mr. and Mrs. Jonah Dorman, and they're affiliated with Fostering Hope in Florida. It all couldn't have worked out better. My oldest daughter at first remained with her great grandma, and eventually, her great grandma found it was a little more difficult than she expected taking care of her. So Cheyenne then joined her brother and sister with the Dormans, and I'm so grateful that they were able to stay together. I imagine it would have been pretty scary for all of them if they were split up, not knowing if we were ever going to be together again. I went to a treatment center. I wanted to get clean and sober. I wanted to get my children back. I wanted to get my life straight, and I can't explain how grateful I am that the Dormans, did what they did. They're wonderful people. When I talk to people about my situation, and as soon as they hear a lot of people, a lot of people are like, "Oh, foster care? Oh God, that's the worst thing that could happen to them." God, unfortunately, prior years, I guess as far as I know, foster care has a bad rep, but I don't think so in this case. I don't think they could have been in a better place. First, the Dormans reached out to contact me when I was at treatment in Michigan, and to be honest with you, before I spoke with Jonah for the first time, I didn't know who they were, and I just kind of had this feeling that it was like I was out to be this kind of monster, and oh God, it's the worst thing that could happen. You have your kids taken from you. It's terrible, and I just had a feeling like it was them against me, and I didn't know really how they felt about me, and I really didn't know how I felt about them. I never met them before, but I got a message from my counselor at rehab. Told me, this guy Jonah Dorman called, and he left his number, so I think it'd be a good idea if you call him back. So I called him back, and it was amazing that he was a really nice guy, and he offered help. He was like, do whatever you gotta do to be able to talk to your children, and if you need me to, I will get on the phone and call your caseworker, and let's get this happening as soon as possible. It really touched me that they really wanted to help as much as they did, as far as the whole process of reunifying my children with me. I completed the treatment program, and then I I moved to Wilmington, North Carolina. Started going to school and working, and it was tough at first before I got my job that I have today. But the whole time, I was, working to get a home for my kids and to get them up here. The whole time I was in constant contact with the Dormans, and they became really, really great friends. And we spent a lot of time on the phone, and it was great having them, on my side and doing everything they can to reunify my children with me. It was a pretty long process. My kids were with them for almost 2 years, and today it is August 1st, 2012, and my children moved up here with me on March 23rd, 2012. So it's been about 4 months now. I've been, just for the record, I've been clean and sober for a little over 2 years now. July 23rd made 2 years. I have a good job, I have a house, I have my kids, and nothing could feel better. And I really, my hat goes off to the Dormans. They really helped me out a lot. I'd just like to say, even for Thanksgiving, they drove up here from Florida to North Carolina, and we all had Thanksgiving together. I mean, that was just, all the things I heard from other people about foster care for the past however many decades. It wasn't that way at all in this case. I mean, these people are a blessing, and I'm very grateful to have them in my life, helping me the way they did. And that's my story. Thank you very much.